Very well played. Next up is Summer. Summer works with me over at TVA. She's going to be doing some DevOps confessions today, right? Take it away.
Good afternoon. My name is Summer Prince, and I'm honored and humbled to be a part of a team of engineers that provides solutions to the TVA Transmission Control Center located here in downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee. So today I'm going to start with why. I have had the opportunity to attend several of the DevOps Enterprise Summits, and this year they introduced a new type of talk, or new to me, and it was around confessions. And what this did was it brought forth a lot of conversations, both in the hallways and formal breakout sessions and networking, where people felt a little more open to share some of their concerns and fears and questions about their DevOps journey. And so today I'm hoping to share some of the highlights of the confessions or conversations that I had at that conference so that it can highlight sort of the diversity of different organizations along their DevOps transformation at their enterprises. So the first conversation that I had was an organization that had been doing DevOps for a couple of years, but had shifted to include security in their program, shared after a very good presentation, oh my gosh, what we are doing is not DevSecOps at all. And they were very concerned about it. And then we were kind of quick, several of us jumped in and said, first off, it takes years to go through a transformation. And the fact that you're including DevSecOps into your program and what you're seeing presented here about other organizations doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. It just means that you're just now starting out. So give yourself some grace, give yourself your team some grace, and allow yourself to mature over time, and don't look at some of the presentations in a negative light and feel a little bit of the imposter syndrome poking up, but instead use that as inspiration of where you could be in a year or 2 years or 3 years. Then the next confession that I heard from both the dev side, the operations side, the security side at the enterprise level was around, we are so behind. It is easy to see presentations from large organizations and companies like Disney, Microsoft, Amazon, and feel like, why would I even want to start? There's no way that we're ever going to have this initiative be successful. It is true, it's a cultural change, it takes time. However, don't be discouraged. Again, realize you've got to start somewhere. Everyone is behind relative to something. So it was a really good conversation to have, and by far the most pervasive confession that I had heard. The last one was sitting with a couple of organizations, and two of which were other government agencies. And even though I had my conference badge on, I don't think they pieced together that TVA was a government agency. And it was one of their first time at the DevOps conference, and they were like, yeah, I don't think we can do this in the government. We have a lot of regulations, and then, there's some legacy code there, and they keep cutting our budget, and I don't have a very big team. And, I kind of piped in pretty quickly, and so did another agency, and we're like, this is a really good community. It has been done. There are a lot of people and organizations that are here in our community that are not only from government, but they represent highly regulated industries, medical, financial. I mean, it can be done, absolutely. So we kind of introduced some people around there and don't feel like just because you're in a highly regulated industry that you cannot change the culture and introduce a DevOps transformation at your organization. So I'm going to wrap up with just sharing some references and resources. This is some really good content. Most of these, I have read some of them multiple times, and if you have interest in rounding out some of your background, I would suggest these. Here is also some more references. I would like to point out that from the DevOps Enterprise Summit, there are both videos, and most of their presentations are available on GitHub. So if you weren't able to attend any of these conferences, you can see most of their content available there. And with that, I'd just like to say thank you.